Hello everyone, my name is Asia. Welcome to my class. Today's class will be a power flow that focuses on setting an intention. So whenever you're ready, just create your space, however feels good. Get in your best clothes for you. I literally just switched from pants because it is so warm. So whatever makes you feel more comfortable and what makes you feel happy, and like I have a lot of plants here, so that's what helps me. And of course some water to stay hydrated. Feeling pretty dehydrated today, so we're gonna keep this nearby. And then as always, I have a playlist. If that helps you, please use it. I spend a lot of time on it. I really like the songs on it, so I hope you enjoy it. And then maybe you have a block or something like a block for more support during the class. And then whenever you're ready, we're gonna start on our back today with our legs extended out, similar to our final Shavasana, except now we are just getting started. So your legs can be extended out, your palms can shine up toward the sky, and just allow yourself to just ground down in this moment and just be present. So much goes on in our everyday lives, but yoga can be a time to just forget all that for a second and just focus on our goal here on the mat. And right now, we can start off by focusing on our breath as we breathe in through our nose and then take a deep breath out through your mouth. And then continue this breath pattern a few times on your own. It's really important to just expel any negativity you might have, any stress, because when we practice yoga together, I want it to just be about this moment, about bettering yourself, about feeling freedom and awakening yourself. And you can't do that with all the stress that we hold. So when you've taken your last breath on your own, now just allow one leg, let's say your right, to just come up so that you're laying down on your back, but your bottom of your foot is either below or above your left knee at the inside of your left leg, so that you're kind of in a tree pose on your back. And you can press your hands into your hips to really feel how they're opening. And then just continue to breathe. But now let's allow our breath to warm our bodies to get us ready for our practice. So take a deep breath in through the nose, and then constricting at the back of the throat, closing your lips, another deep breath out through the nose. So this is gonna warm our bodies, get us ready for our practice, and really ground us down in the present moment. When you're ready, then extend your right leg back out, and then bring your left leg up our right leg, either above or below the knee, and come into a tree on this side now, feeling that left hip really expanding open. Now this is just the start of our practice, so your body might feel a little stiff. Don't worry, we will stretch out, we'll get ready for our peak moment today, and you'll feel really good. Now when you're ready, you're gonna bring your right foot now up to meet the left, so you're in a butterfly. So the bottoms of your feet are touching and your knees are out to each side. Maybe even flap the wings of the butterfly gently. You don't want to hurt yourself, but just bring some movement in. Still breathing. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. From here, bring both knees up toward the sky and then come into a ball and then start to rock, building that momentum until finally you roll all the way so that you're in a tabletop. You can adjust yourself if your momentum brought you someplace else. And then you're coming into a tabletop. So your wrists are stacked under your shoulders and your knees are stacked under your hips. Feeling very nice and even. And then we're going to, of course, you've guessed it, go into cat-cow. So drop your belly button toward the mat as your tailbone comes up toward the sky and your gaze is forward for cow. And then bring your navel in as your tailbone tucks. Crown of your head comes towards the mat for cat. Drop the belly button, look up for cow. And then draw the belly button in for cat. Tucking the tailbone. Now do a few more of those on your own, whatever pace works best for you. Yes, amazing. Now you're going to come back to regular tabletop, long straight spine. And from here, we're going to start to balance. So you're going to balance on this time on your right hand and your left knee. And then with that, you're going to bring your right leg out to the right side. So you're kind of forming a straight line along the mat. Well, if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it, it would be along the mat. But otherwise, you're just bringing it out to the side. And you can keep your foot on the mat for now. And then as if you're forming a line from that leg out to the left side, you're going to bring your left arm up. And then if you're ready, you can lift up your right foot. And then bring that back down, coming into a tabletop. This time you're going to bring your weight onto your left hand and your right knee, bringing that left foot out to the side, keeping that foot on the mat for now, and then lifting your right arm up. And then if you're ready, you can bring your left foot, lifting it off the mat. And then bring it back in. Whew, all right. Already feeling the heat, the warmth in our bodies. Now, from tabletop again, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your knees, and you're going to press back into downward facing dog. So as always, when it's our first downward facing dog, you're going to just warm up your body a bit. So you can press each heel into the mat one by one, spread the fingertips wide, and then allow a bend in the knees so that your chest can really melt toward your legs. From here, you're going to walk slowly up towards your hands, landing in a forward fold, really bending the knees, sinking into this fold. Maybe you're going to grab opposite elbows or wrap your hands around your backs of your knees, whatever allows you to really rest in this pose. Your neck can be free, maybe shaking it yes and no to remind it that it is in fact free. And then when you're ready, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae up to stand. Landing in Tadasana, mountain pose, shoulders come up and down your back. Your palms shine forward and your feet are hip width distance apart. From here, we're going to lift our arms up overhead, palms together, looking up towards your thumbs. Inhaling here, and then exhaling as we bring our hands down to heart center. So taking a moment here to breathe. And also in this moment, we will set an intention for our class. So whatever it is, big or small, anything, or anyone, could be a person you're dedicating your practice to, it could be a goal for yourself, anything that you want to focus on for this practice today. Put that thing or that person in your mind And just repeat it a few times to yourself. This intention will carry you through your practice today, and it will give you the power you need to push through and to really dedicate yourself to the moment. All right, from here, you're gonna sink down to chair pose. So, first moment of like intense strength, you're really pressing down back into your heels so that your toes can wiggle off the mat, and you're tucking your tailbone in to really engage the core. Your hands can stay at heart center. From here, we're gonna forward fold over our legs. And then inhale as we halfway lift. So your fingertips come to the mat in front of you, could come to your shins, but you have a long straight spine wherever your hands are, and your gaze is toward the top of the mat. And then exhale yourself back down to a forward fold. Your palms are planted in front of you. Maybe you're bending your knees even more for this. And then you're gonna step your right foot back and then your left foot back. So you're in plank, your first plank for the day. You're gonna bring your right knee to your right elbow. And then send it back. Your left knee to your left elbow. And then send it back. Right knee to right elbow. Send it back. Left knee to left elbow. Send it back. We're going to repeat that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, 1. Amazing. Press your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here to breathe as we begin our flow. All right, right leg lifts up and back for three-legged dog. Right toes are pointed toward the mat and your hips are square. Send your knee to your nose and then bring your foot between your hands for low lunge. Immediately press yourself up into high lunge. So your hips are square here too. Maybe self-adjust, pushing your right hip back, your left hip forward. Arms come up overhead. Palms together, look up towards your thumbs. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring your hands down to heart center. From here, keep your hands here at heart center if you can. If not, your hands can come to a block or to the mat in front of you. Either way, we're gonna send our weight onto our right foot, kicking off the back leg for warrior 3. Keeping those hips square, our left toes are flexed and pointed down toward the mat. Pausing here a moment to breathe, and then bringing our left foot down to meet the right, landing in a forward fold. From here, rise up to stand. Coming into upward salute, so your hands are together, looking up toward your thumbs. Inhale, and then exhale your hands to heart center. From here, hands come back up, palms still together, and then swan dive down, landing in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back. All right. From here, you're gonna bring your weight onto your right hand and the outer edge of your right foot. Left arm comes up. You're in a side plank. Really send your hips up toward the sky to engage your core and your oblique muscles here. Take a moment to breathe. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring your left hand down to meet the right. You're back in a plank. From here, lower all the way down, keeping your elbows all the way towards your body till your forehead's on the mat. Untuck your toes. On your next inhale, press up through your palms, through the shoelace side of your feet. Elbows are still pressing in towards your body, gazing forward for baby cobra. And then exhale your forehead back down to the mat, tuck your toes, press all the way up to plank, and then hips come up and back, pressing your heels into the mat for downward facing dog. So that's your first option for your flow. All right, let's do all of that on the left side. So your left foot comes up and back for three-legged dog. Left toes are pointed toward the mat, hips are square. Bring your knee to your nose, and then place your foot between your hands, low lunge. Immediately pressing up into high lunge. Maybe self-adjusting again here, so that your left hip is back and your right hip is forward. Hands come up overhead, palms together looking up towards your thumbs. Inhale, and then exhale. Hands come down to heart center. Again, you can keep your hands there, or bring your fingertips to the front of the mat or to a block. As you bring your weight onto your left foot, kick off the back foot and go into a warrior three. So whenever you're ready, right toes are pointed down toward the mat. Hips are square. From here, bring your right foot down to meet the left, land in a forward fold. Rise up all the way. Arms extend overhead, palms together, looking up toward the thumbs. Inhale, and then exhale. Hands come down to heart center. Inhale, your arms back overhead, palms still together, and then exhale as you swan dive down, landing in a forward fold. From here, inhale, halfway lift, long straight spine. Exhale, palms to the mat, step or hop back to plank. And then this time, we're going to lower down halfway for chaturanga, keeping your elbows into your body. And then inhale, upward facing dog, pressing into the shoelace side of the feet and your palms, and pressing your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, hips come up and back, flipping over your toes for downward facing dog. Amazing. Take a moment here to breathe or grab some water, whatever it is you need to do, as we go into our next side. All right, you're in downward facing dog. We're going to come back into plank actually because I forgot to do a side plank. So come back into plank and then bring your weight onto your left palm and the outer edge of your left foot. Right arm comes up overhead, pressing your hips up into the sky, breathing in, and then exhale as you bring your right hand back down. You're in plank, and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right. Sorry about that. Listen, we're just free flowing. Things happen. Yoga does not have to be perfect. In fact, it's not about that at all. You know, it's just about being free, being present, and just taking each moment as it comes. All right, so our next part of our flow. You're going to bring your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. This time you're going to bring your knee to your right elbow and then bring your right foot down to the mat on the outside of your right hand. So you're landing in a low lizard lunge. Really feeling the openness that brings in your hips. And then coming onto your right foot, kicking off your back foot, send your left foot to the outside of your left hand, and then sink down into Milasana Squat. So both of your toes are pointed 45 degrees to each side, and your elbows are pressing your knees out to each side as your hands are in heart center. Taking a moment here to breathe. Bring yourself back to your intention. And then press all the way up to stand. Hands are up overhead. You can heel toe your feet so that they're hip width distance apart. And you're looking up towards your thumbs, inhaling. And then exhale as your hands come down to heart center. All right. From here, you're going to bring your weight onto your right foot and then bring your left knee up so you're in a one leg Tadasana. From here, you're going to open up your left knee out to the left side And then from here, you're going to bring your left foot all the way back so that we land in a warrior two. So, bring it back, really maintaining balance, maintaining strength, and then land with ease in a warrior two. And your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Hands are extended, right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, feeling strong, feeling open. From here, straighten out through that right leg, and then send your right fingertips forward, forward, forward as your hips go back toward the left, and then bring your fingertips all the way down to meet either your right shin or your mat, toward the ankle, wherever your hand sits naturally. And then your left fingertips go toward the sky. You're really opening up through the chest here. So you're in an extended triangle. Taking a moment here to breathe. As you inhale, you're going to flip your palm, bring your right hand up and overhead as your left trails down the back leg. You're in a reverse triangle, sorry. From here, rebend your right leg, curl your arms, and then land in a low lunge. From here, you're going to step your right foot back so you're in a plank pose. From here, we're going to not forget, we're going to go into plank. You're going to bring your weight onto your right hand and the outer edge of your right foot. But this time, you're going to trail your left foot up your leg. So you're either going to stop here below your right knee or you're going to go up over. So you're in a side plank with tree pose legs. Amazing. Taking another deep breath in here. And then trail your foot back down for side plank and then bring your left hand down to meet the right. You're in a plank. From here, take your flow. Meeting me in a downward facing dog. All right, when you get there, just take a moment to breathe. We're really getting hot and steamy. Things are happening, flowing, loving life. All right, you're in a downward facing dog. We're going to take that on the other side. Left leg comes up and back for a three-legged dog. Bring your knee to your left elbow and then step your left leg to the outside of your left hand. So you're in a low lizard lunge. From here, you know what's next. We're going to bring our weight onto our left foot, kick off the back foot, and then bring your right leg to the outside of your right hand, and you're going to squat all the way down for Milasana Squat. I am all up in this plant right here. And then you're going to bring your elbows to the inside of your knees so that you can press your hips even further open. So we've already been in this pose, but does it feel different now? Do you feel more open? When you're ready, press up to stand. Hands come up and overhead. Your palms are together, looking up towards your thumbs. You can bring your feet below you to hip width distance. Inhale here. And then exhale as you bring your hands to heart center. Again, bringing yourself back to your intention. This is power yoga, so it can get difficult, but you're doing it for a reason. So bring yourself back to your intention. If it helps, repeat it in your mind and breathe. All right, when you're ready, bring your weight onto your left foot. Send your right knee up towards your chest. Flex through that right foot. You're in one leg Tadasana. From here, open up so your right knee comes out to the right side. And then, just like before, we're going to bring our right leg back behind us so that you're going to land in a warrior two. So with balance, with strength, send your right leg back, keeping that right hip open, and then with ease, press it back down behind you. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Hands extend forward and back. And you're in a warrior two. Nice and open, nice and strong. From here, straighten out that left leg. And then to move into an extended triangle, you're going to bring your hips back, back, back. You're going to send your left fingertips forward until you have to move your fingertips back down to the mat or to your left shin or ankle. And your right fingertips extend up toward the sky. Nice open chest, nice open hips. Taking a moment to breathe. And then after your next inhale, you're going to exhale yourself up for reverse triangle. So your left fingertips are pulling up overhead and your right fingertips are trailing down your back leg. Remember, this is a side stretch. So you're stretching through that left side and you're trying not to collapse through that left side. So that's very long torso. And then rebend your left leg as you cartwheel your hands, coming into a low lunge, framing your left foot with your hands. From here, you're going to step your left foot back behind you so you're in a plank. Now, we're going to bring our weight into our left hand and the outer edge of the left foot, coming into a side plank. And this time, we're going to trail our right foot up, either stopping here below the knee or coming up above the knee for tree pose in side plank. Taking a moment to breathe, even though it is difficult. What is your intention? Bringing your mind to that. And then bringing your foot back down, and your right hand meets the left for a plank, and then taking your flow. Meeting me in a downward facing dog. Again, taking a moment here to breathe. Maybe you get some water. Don't forget that. I'm going to take some water. All right. And now we're moving into our final part of our flow today. So you're going to bend your knees, look up towards your hands, and then walk or step up to your hands, landing in a forward fold. From here, inhale yourself all the way up to stand. Palms together overhead, looking up toward your thumbs. Inhale, and then exhale as your hands come down to heart center. All right, from here, you're going to bring your weight onto your right leg and send your left knee up toward your chest. Open up that hip so that your left knee is pointed out to the left side. And then bring your foot either above or below the knee for tree pose. Focusing on grounding down through that right leg and balancing. Maybe finding a place in your space that's still to help with balance. Bring yourself back to your intention one more time. And then as you bring your hands up overhead, looking up towards your hands, inhale, and then exhale. If you fall out of it, no problem. It can be difficult to look up and balance, so don't worry about it. Your hands come back down to heart center as you exhale. Repeating that intention in your mind. Knowing that this practice is powerful. It is very powerful to set an intention during a yoga practice. Now when you're ready, bring your left knee pointed back toward the front so that you're in one leg Tadasana again. And then send your left foot down to meet the right. From here, your hands are still at heart center. You're going to bring them up overhead for upward salute, and then swan dive down as you exhale. From here, you're going to press yourself up into chair pose. Your hands can be at heart center. So just like we did before, sinking back into the heels. Sinking even lower than you did before. Pausing here for 3, 2, And 1. Press up to stand, arms come up overhead again. Inhale, and then exhale as you bring your hands back down to heart center. All right, from here, you're going to bring your weight onto your left foot this time. Right foot comes up. Flex through that right foot. You're in a one leg Tadasana. From here, open up your right hip. Right knee comes out to the right side. And then place your foot either above or below the knee for tree pose. Hands are still at heart center. Pausing here a moment to breathe and to balance. This is what we've worked up to. We have opened up the hips, we've worked on balance and strength, and we've set our intention. All that's left is to focus on the moment and to breathe. So inhale your arms up overhead. Inhale, and then exhale. Hands come down to heart center. Repeating your intention one more time in your mind. And then bring your right knee forward for a one leg Tadasana. And then bringing your right foot down to meet your left. From here, bring your hands up toward the sky. And then swan dive down. Now, this time we're going to press back up into chair pose. Hands can be at heart center. And then we're going to stay here as we count down from 5. And as we do, we're going to get lower and lower until our butt touches the mat. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're down on the mat. All right, you've done the work. Smile. You're good. You did it. You've put in the power. You've made yourself strong physically and mentally. And now all we have to do is roll down slowly onto your back. From here, we're going to bring our bottoms of our feet together. So we're in a butterfly. Feeling how much more open our hips are after that class. It doesn't have to be like this crazy difference. I mean, every time we practice yoga, you're not going to all of a sudden be able to do some crazy poses that you weren't able to before, but it's a process. And each time you practice, you will notice that you'll get closer and closer to feeling at one with your body and your breath, and finding peace on the mat. All right, from here, keeping your hips open, coming into happy baby. So you're grabbing on to the outer edges of your feet, your elbows on the inside of your legs. And you're kicking into your hands at the same time that you're pressing down. So your shoulder blades are pressing down into the mat. If you want, you could kick one leg out and the other leg out. You can rock along the base of your spine, giving yourself a little massage, whatever feels good for you. And then bring your knees together as you come into a bowl. Bring your nose up to your knees to really tighten up. One last time. And then allow yourself to relax for Shavasana. Feet extend out, palms shine forward, or maybe your palms are down on your mat for grounding. So this is how we started our class. And it's important to notice the change that we feel from the beginning to the end of class. It's important to notice any stress we have and any difficulty so that we're able to be mindful of it, so that the next time it comes, we're ready. We know what to expect. And it's not that we expect that it won't happen. We know it might happen. Life is like that. Life is full of ups and downs. But how, when it comes, do we react? And through yoga, you can learn to see it. Be mindful of this thing that could be difficult. And to watch it go. So you notice it, you're mindful of it, and then you let it go. Because challenges will arise, but it's how that really, really matters. So I'll give you a few moments now. Allow your eyes to close here. And just allow your breath to be easy. And if you find yourself taken out of the moment, bring yourself back to the intention that you set. And if you find that your mind is racing all over the place, repeat that intention just over and over as if it's a mantra. To bring yourself into the moment and to ground down into that intention, into your space, and into yourself. Right, when you're ready, start to bring yourself back into the moment. You're on your mat. You can keep your eyes closed, but give yourself a little stretch. It could be a good morning stretch or some wrist rotations. Stretch out your ankles, flexing and pointing your feet, whatever feels good for you. Just bring yourself into the moment. And then roll yourself onto one side using your bicep as a pillow, hugging your knees into your chest. Just appreciating yourself for what you've done. You practiced yoga today. It's a great day. And then pressing yourself up so you're in an easy pose. Your eyes can remain closed if that feels good for you. And then one last time, we're going to send our arms up overhead, palms together, looking up towards your thumbs. Inhale. And then exhale, your hands to heart center. You can bring your thumbs to your third eye as you bow down. You can repeat that intention one more time in your mind. The light and power in me sees and honors the light and power in you. Namaste. Thank Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I've had so much fun. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought. And if you loved this class, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And again, I always say this, but if you have any class types you want to see, please let me know. And I can't wait to see you again. And, tell all your friends. we can all do yoga together. I hope that this space is a space that you and I can just be free, be light, and allow ourselves to just be present and to be here. There's so many times in our life when everything is all insane. Everything is crazy. But yoga on our mat, in our space, can be a time just for you. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to flow with you again. Bye-bye.